Hello everyone, hope you're doing alright, hope you're keeping safe, hope you're keeping sane. Look, I wasn't going to make this particular video, so the fact that I'm looking a bit scruffy and dishevelled and there's rain on in the background and all the rest of it, my apologies. But it's Friday afternoon and I wanted to quickly make a video as I had a little bit of a thought. Now, just very quickly for context, because I can never get straight to the point, it's the nature of the beast, unfortunately, with me. My Friday nights used to follow quite a sort of set pattern, really. Getting towards the weekend, nearly finishing work on a Friday. I appreciate not everyone finishes work on a Friday and people work shifts and all the rest of it. But for a lot of people watching, finishing work on a Friday means you've got a couple of days to yourself to do things. And you might have plans. You might have plans with friends, with family, whatever. Right? So finishing work on a Friday used to mean, right, great, I've got the weekend ahead of me. I've got this plan, that plan. We're going to do this. We're going to go and watch the last day of the Premier League on Sunday or whatever you're going to do. And that's great. So you finish work and you're like, right, brilliant. I'm going to go to the pub and have a couple of beers after work. That'll do. Nice way to underline the week. Go to the pub, meet your mates, have a couple of beers. Lovely. Then I'll come home and whatever you got planned, right? And what I would normally do is I would do exactly that. I would go to the pub and I would have a couple of beers. And whilst I was at the pub, I would either start playing on a fruit machine, or I would disappear off to the bookies over the road, or I'd go to wherever, right? Or I'd be on my phone, like playing some shit or whatever, right? And I would be gambling, ultimately. And that quick couple of nice, relaxing pints, symbolising the end of the week, celebrating the end of a week of work, and just unwinding, relaxing with your friends, enjoying the beginning part of the weekend, turns into more than a couple of pints, losing a load of money, and basically ruining your weekend before it is even actually got a chance to get started. You'll then go home, you'll wake up the next morning, and you'll feel like utter shit, right? You'll wake up with that same sinking feeling you get after any extended losing session of gambling the night before, where you wake up and very quickly you think, yeah, it's Saturday, awesome, it's Saturday, and then 3 or 4 seconds later you'll think, yes, Friday night. What was supposed to be a moment of celebration, a chance to unwind after a long week of work, turned into a gambling catastrophe. I'm screwed. I maybe don't even now have the money to carry through on whatever plans I had. And even if I do, right, even if I didn't do my complete crust, didn't totally do my bollocks, I have now got this dark shadow, this dark cloud looming over me, knowing the damage I did myself, and that I behaved in a way that I really shouldn't have behaved right at the front end of the weekend. I couldn't even get the weekend underway in a positive manner. I've ruined it, and you're just miserable. And you're not just miserable because of the loss, you're miserable because you've put a dampener on any plans you had, whatever that might be. So this was a common theme. I used to, ruin my weekends before they'd even got a chance to get going. And what I would say is, if you are in that position now, if you're watching this on the Friday afternoon I put it up, and you do work a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, whatever, and you do have a couple of days off this weekend, then consider, if, like me, you used to ruin your weekends before they got started through gambling, consider what you can do differently tonight, what you can do differently this weekend that's actually going to allow you to enjoy whatever plans you have in place, be them sort of just relaxing, be it spending time with partners, friends, family, watching the football on Sunday. Maybe you've got actual sort of constructive plans to do. Maybe you're doing a bit of gardening, you're going to redecorate the hallway, or whatever you're going to do, right? Allow yourself the clarity of mind and the freedom to actually enjoy those things, or if you're redecorating the hallway, just to get those things done. So at least you've got a sense of achievement, even if it's not going to be the most fun way to spend your weekend, right? So think what you can do differently. Now, this is going to obviously vary massively between people, depending on whatever your poison, so to speak, is when it comes to gambling. Now, for me, okay, I'll only speak personally. Most of my gambling was done on machines or online. So they could be machines in pubs or in the bookies, or it could be online on my phone or on my laptop when I got home on a Friday night. So even if I hadn't done my bollocks while I was out and about, I still had that in reserve. I still had that option. I could still ruin my weekend, even if I'd gone out and had a couple of pints and managed to resist the temptation. Okay, so what could I do? Well, yes, I'm going to be going over some of the same old ground as I have done before in loads of previous videos, but very specifically, think your evening through. If you're going to go to the pub and there's fruit machines there which you're liable to play, which could even just kickstart, or even like a quick subtle tenner or whatever, could kickstart an evening of gambling and degeneracy and losses, then consider, do I need to take cash with me? Can I pay with my card at the bar? Can I do that? And if you can, just leave your cash at home. Just take your card. And they'll go, oh yes, Phil. But either there's a cash point on the way, or maybe the pub does cashbacks. Cashbacks? Cashback. Okay, in the first instance, you'll still have the clarity of mind probably when you're heading towards the pub or you're going into town to meet your friends or whatever you're doing tonight. You'll probably still have the clarity of mind to not get cash out on the way. So that's probably all right. And actually, even if you're in the midst of a gambling episode, sometimes that little break from your situation to walk to that cash point to get more cash out can give you a little bit of breathing space, a little bit of mind space, a little bit of head space, and a little bit of time to think and reconsider your actions. Okay, but, and here's the thing, can you pay on your phone? Now, this is not something I do, not something I've ever done. I've always been slightly concerned about setting up sort of contactless payments on my phone. But this is something you can do that means you can actually leave cash and cards at home. Use your phone for a sort of level of transactions. I don't know what the limit is, 30 quid, 40 quid, whatever. Pay for all your drinks, whatever you want, your food or whatever you're going to have tonight on your phone. Meaning you don't have to carry any cash. There's no option to get cash back with these services as far as I'm aware. You haven't got a bank card. You can't go and get cash out of a cash point. Bookies won't take that as a sort of means of payment. Casinos won't. So you're pretty much, and I haven't thought this through, it's only an idea I had a very short while ago, but it would seem to me that you're pretty much bulletproof then from the urges of gambling. Okay, so what else could you do? Well, yeah, if you do get the urge while you're sitting there, maybe sitting in the corner as I used to do, staring at the fruit machine, watching the lights flash, or watching other people play it and inevitably winning. It's always when you're watching someone else they seem to be winning, because that's just nature's way of trying to entice you in to doing something stupid. You're sitting there and you think, well, maybe I can have a little gamble on my phone. Because I know my card details, I can log in, it's probably got saved somewhere, and I can have a little gamble, spin some roulette spins or whatever on my phone. All right. Well, if you know right now, when you're sober, before the urges have struck, that you are liable to do that, then go onto your phone and put a timeout on your account. I would say a self-exclusion, but if you're not ready to do that and you don't want to do that, put a timeout on there. Even if it's for as little as 24 hours, it will get you through the start of the weekend and actually allow you a bit of headspace, a bit of clarity to not make the same mistakes as I used to make week in, week out. Like I say, I strongly recommend excluding from everything. I would strongly recommend GamStop and all of that sort of stuff, right? But just for now, if only for tonight, just to get you through, right, put blocks on all your accounts. And that way, if the urges come up, you haven't got the cash, you can't get cash because you haven't got any cards, and you can't log on online and gamble with saved card details or whatever. Whatever you do, like I say, think it through from beginning to end. Decide what points, either tonight or over the course of the weekend, maybe the football on Sunday might be a trigger for you to go and have some bets, right? If you know in advance that on Sunday you're going to go, right, these are the games, I'm very, very likely on Sunday to go out and want to bet on the football. But you don't want to bet on the football, if you know what I mean. Think about it now. Get something in place now. Get some blocks in place right this second. Okay, before you do anything, before you even have a sip of a pint of beer tonight, or whatever your tipple is, think the weekend through, take action now, and then you can go and enjoy your weekend, enjoy your plans with friends and family, or paint your hallway. Can you tell I'm going to have to paint my hallway at some point? I might be giving off that vibe, mightn't I? And you can do that with a clear conscience, without that monkey on your back and without that little devil on your shoulder telling you, go on, just have a little gamble. Just go have a little gamble, just a quick 20 quid, just a quick £5 acca, just a quick one spin on roulette, just a quick trip over the bookies, quick go on the fob tee, quick pop in at the casino, whatever. You can do it without that temptation. And yeah, you might feel like there's something missing, but I promise you that come Sunday night and Monday morning, when there's still, your bank balance is still relatively intact and you've actually had a weekend that you've enjoyed and you can go back to work on Monday morning knowing that you didn't fuck up another weekend because of your gambling. Just an idea, just a thought. Whatever you do, have a great weekend, and hopefully the weather will improve. But until then, take it easy, and yeah, speak soon. All the best.